I'm going to show you how I do water changes. The amount of people who I read are still using buckets amazes me. So you guys either don't know a better way or you're just flat out masochists. Step one, get yourself a pond pump. This one is 1,250 gallons an hour. Got it hooked to about 25 feet. 3/4 inch hose. Goes out your nearest window into your flower beds. You can run it into a sink, run it into a toilet, run it into whatever you want. Just give yourself enough hose to reach wherever you're going to dump it to all your tanks. I got windows all around down here. I can hit all of them. And I've got, there's bathroom. There's a number of places I can put the water to, but stage one, pump and some hose to go out a window. You can use a Python if you want to spend the money. This actually is a Python tube. It's 2 feet long, and it's the only thing that'll reach the bottom of that tank over there, which is over 30 inches tall. A lot of the tanks, I don't even bother to vacuum my gravel. My African tank here, they root the gravel up so often, and there's so much flow and filtration in here, nothing ever accumulates on the bottom. In that instance, I'll literally drop the pump right in there and just drain the tank with the pump directly in there. I got a screen I put on here for instances like that so I don't suck anybody up. But for other options, what I am going to vacuum it, get yourself a 5-gallon bucket, drop your pump in there, turn off your filtration, turn off your heater. Heater in here is inside that overflow, which never gets drained, so that can stay on. Plug your pump in, start your siphon. So what you got now, you can use your Python or whatever you use to vacuum your tank. It drains into your bucket, pumps it outside, or into your sink or toilet or whatever you're going to use. The only caveat here is make sure your pump is at least 1,000 gallons per hour, so it pumps more than what your Python is, otherwise you're just going to overflow your bucket. So let me get this vacuumed down and drained, and I'll be back with you and I'll show you how I refill them. Alright, about ready here. About halfway down. You see it's still pumping outside. Unplug your pump. Simple as that. Add in your dechlorinator. And pro tip for you here. If you haven't tried calcium bentonite clay, the main thing you're looking for right there is the calcium bentonite clay. If you buy it under the label of koi clay, you're going to pay 5 times the price. Get this on Amazon, eBay, anywhere. Just look for calcium bentonite clay. It's great stuff for your overall fish. It adds calcium, a plethora of other minerals. It's great for fish. They're colored. They'll color up for you better. It's just overall great stuff. I put a splash in about every other water change I do. Alright, so refilling. I got a piece of 5/8 hose here, about 25-30 feet long. Very high-tech, large binder clip. Holds it in place for me. Don't worry about it flopping out when I'm refilling it. And that runs all the way back over to my bar sink here, where she just taps right on to the spout. So don't tell me anything about you can't find an adapter. Get a piece of hose, neck it down, stick it on there. So for temperature, got a thermometer up here. It's literally, again, high tech, just taped to the neck of my faucet spout. I'll get my temperature set. And for flower horns, I usually shoot for 81, 82. The 90-gallon tank, so a little bit of hot or cold going in, it's just going to balance out, ain't going to hurt anything. The thermometer reacts a lot slower than the actual water temp, but a couple adjustments, you'll get it dialed right in. I'll come check on that in a minute. With that hose runs right along, and that's the end of that until it's full. Don't walk away from this. I tell you from experience what'll happen. What you think has only been a minute will turn out to be 8 minutes, and then you're mopping up a mess. But that'll fill this back up probably 5-6 minutes. I hear a lot of people complaining that their pythons don't work, meaning they don't create enough vacuum to suck the stuff off the bottom. There's two things that are going to affect how much suction you actually have when it comes to a siphon. The water level height of your tank to where you're draining it to. If you've got a tank, say, on your kitchen counter and you're draining it into a bucket that's only 6-8 inches below your water line, you're going to have hardly no suction. You need to get the end of your siphon line down well below the water line. The other thing is the diameter of this pipe. The bigger this hose is, the bigger the diameter of this hose, the better water flow you're going to have. I see pythons like this with this tiny little hole. This thing won't suck anything. I'd say it sucks, but it actually doesn't suck. So we'll say it doesn't work. What does work, here's the same size pipe, as far as your pickup, that I've just adapted onto a piece of 3/4 inch tube here. This one actually works too well. This will suck all the gravel right off the bottom of your tank. But I use that little one for my little grow tanks here and whatnot. So yeah, there's your water change 101. No buckets required. Well, one bucket, but you're not carrying it anywhere. Put yourself a pond pump in there, drain into your bucket, pump out to your nearest window, toilet, sink, whatever. And for refilling, just go get yourself a piece of 5/8 hose and adapt it onto a sink somewhere. You can do all this. That pump is maybe 25 bucks, and there's probably another $20 worth of hose here for both the discharge and refill. So for less than you're going to pay for a simple Python kit, which I think the 60 footers now go for like $60. It's kind of crazy. But at any rate, there you go. Water change 101. Later.